Welcome to Babies from Beyond, the podcast that gives all babies a voice, whether they are still in spirit or already earthside. I'm Lauren Dionysius, a former registered NICU nurse turned baby soul communicator, and I'm here to share the wisdom of today's babies to guide you on your motherhood journey. So today we're continuing with this really special series on the Babies from Beyond podcast around inviting women to come on to the show and share their stories and then connect live with their baby or their child's soul, whether in spirit or earthside. So today I'm excited to welcome Ellene onto the podcast. So you're about to hear a live baby soul reading with her and her baby soul. And I have shared this with her full permission and also deep respect and sensitivity for her journey and also her baby's journey. So this gives you just a short glimpse into baby soul communication and the types of wisdom and information that can come through. But as with anything, as you move through or as you listen to this session today, take what resonates. If it doesn't, just keep on walking. Every woman's journey is different, and it's important to acknowledge that your path may be very different. Okay, so Ellene, thank you so much for being here. And yeah, before we get going, would you like to share just a little bit about where you're at on your journey?
Absolutely. Also, thank you so much for having me. This is so exciting. I just, a couple of days ago, we had a Remembrance Day for our 1 year anniversary of our miscarriage. Since then, we've been just trying. As after the miscarriage, it took me quite a few months to kind of get my body to stop bleeding. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster with emotion and physicality and all sorts of things. But pretty much from February of this year, we were able to sort of start the wheels going again. So far, nothing. But physically, my body is really better and healthier than what it has. So yeah, we've been trying now for, it'll be coming up to 6 years. Mm-hmm. And for full disclosure for everyone listening, I'm a fully qualified naturopath and herbalist. We started trying when I was 28, 29, and I am about to hit 35 this year. So and we've had a lot go on in that time. So yeah, that's kind of a very quick highlight reel of getting up to date with where we're at.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. And I think the time piece will resonate with a lot of women, because I know it can be a very long process for many women. And I'm feeling that we're going to be diving into that today. But before we dive in, just so listeners are aware, have we worked together before? Have we had previous sessions before?
Yes. We've had, I'm going to say two and a half. 1.5. We've had like one full session, like face-to-face like this. And then you've done a beautiful card reading for me in one of the little card pools. And both times it was, I think the first time I saw you, I was just trying to unpack some stuff around the miscarriage and make sure that intuitively I was on track with what I was thinking and feeling, and you validated all of it. So thank you for that. And I didn't even tell you, that's very, very clear. She validated it, but without knowing what my questions and issues were. So thank you so much. And then the card pull was, I think it was one of the Rebecca Campbell decks from memory.
So what I'm going to do first, and what I do with all readings, is I call in the babies and children's souls who are with us here today. So I have already been feeling a soul that wanted to come through and speak today, even before we joined the Zoom room. So let's see where it goes. Okay, so let's dive into this. What I felt very strongly was, and I can't remember, again, just disclosure, I can never remember the full details of previous readings that we've done. So I never know whether it's like a masculine or a feminine soul that's been around you. So what I'm sensing this time is a very, very strong feminine soul. So I just wanted to check, like in the past, what souls have been hovering, or which ones have come through in readings, just so I can get some context for it.
There's this like mainly male. There was kind of like two energies, male and female, that was sitting up in spirit world, and it was kind of like a bit of a fight to come down, which one was going to kind of come first. And the male was at that point more aligned to come first, but it was kind of like, and there has also been twin type energy sort of flickering in and out during the space. So yeah, it's one or the other.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes sense, because we'll just see where it goes, because right now I feel, the very strong presence of a feminine feeling soul. So I'm going to call this soul a she for reference, but I'm not suggesting the biological sex or anything, but just feeling that this soul has a lot to say. So let's see why she's here and what she has to say. I do feel like she is saying that she is one of those ones that have been around you, but she's saying until now she hasn't had a lot to say, but she's like, now it's my turn. So let's see what this means. So she showed me like a picture of your path, and she's showing me, again, it's hard to like turn the image into words that we can understand, but she's showing me like a path that's actually been really narrow. And interestingly, she's saying this is in, I've never had it come through like this before. It's in relation to your age. So she's saying that the path has had to be narrow until now, because, again, it's hard to articulate. Basically, she's saying that there's been like a narrow window of opportunity over these last 6 years. And what she's saying there is that and this actually sounds quite harsh, so like I apologize.
Oh no, it's fine. We're Greek. You can give it to me harsh. It's fine.
She's basically saying that you started your journey to bring children to Earth too early. And so she was saying that, in these last 6 years, that I feel you know this anyway, that it hasn't been the right time, especially early on. There was this sense from her that she's like, I don't understand why they're trying for us so early, because we're not planning to come till later. And this feeling of what she's saying, what she could see at that time is not indicative necessarily of your experience, but she's saying that she could see that there was a lot of pressure to, maybe from people in your life, but particularly just from society as a whole, to start trying for children. And she said that she was just kind of up there just waiting, and just waiting for time, really. So, and you've already mentioned that there was, a lot of things going on anyway during that time, and she's saying that's why it wasn't appropriate for her, or even for this other child that I can start to feel a little bit, although he is a lot more in the distance, in the background. But yeah, she's saying that they both wanted to wait and needed to wait because it wasn't time for them to come. I'm feeling, I don't know, maybe this came up in another reading. I just got a little sense of deja vu where they were waiting for all of those things for you to move through those things, go through those things, kind of come out the other side of those things. But they said it's not even about the things and the timing. It's about how they would support you on your journey and kind of prepare. And she's even saying mold you for this motherhood journey, like this journey ahead. Also feeling into her energy, she has a very, very strong presence. And she's going to require a lot from you to not only bring her to the earth, to call her to the earth, but also to support her while she's here. Because, and I'm feeling her now go into not a sense of fear as we would know it, but it's like this energy that she's sharing that probably how we would interpret it is fear, or maybe a little hesitation around resistance around like, how am I going to be in a physical body? How am I going to bring this energy of mine that I've been working on growing and building, and it's not even a word, evolving is probably the closest word. over lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. And so she's like, I now need to bring this energy through me or through my physical body onto the earth, and to this thing of like, I'm not really looking forward to the childhood side of things because my body is going to be so small, and me trying to hold that energy within me is going to be really challenging for me. It's going to take a lot from me, and it's going to affect me physically for my journey here. And so then there's like this little quip from her that's like, I wish I could skip until I was 16 years old. I don't know why specifically 16, or she's saying that's when my body has a better capacity to support my energy. So there's this feeling, it's like a lesser form of dread about, say, that first 15 years of being able to hold this energy. She kind of feels like I need to, for that time, I just need to get through it. I just need to basically bide my time until I can really start using my energy in the way that I came here to use it. Yeah. So the reason I feel she's bringing this up is, you know, even though it seems like a long time and it seems like a delay in many ways, there's also some hesitation on her part around this that has nothing to do with you and what you're doing or not doing for your journey. I know, like you mentioned, that you're 35, but she's actually said, just as I said that, she said and again, this, I find this like a little bit offensive, but I'm just going to roll with it because that's what come through, is she said that in your life and where you are now, you're still young, as in you're still, well, she actually said you're still a baby, which looks like a little bit like, I'm like, okay, that's
that came through this morning. I was actually, weirdly enough, because I wasn't even thinking about the pregnancy or it. Not that, okay, weird that I said it that way. I wasn't thinking about the baby. And I remember looking in the mirror going, you're still a baby. So, okay, so she's literally been, I don't know, maybe I was just giving myself some extra credit today because I felt like I look nice, but I literally was like, it's fine.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's really her message to you today, is like, again, you know, 35, when it comes to motherhood, there's so much, you know, judgment around that. But from the soul's perspective, yeah, like, you know, she's already sent you the memo and she sent me the memo as well. It's like, yeah, you're still a baby when it comes to the motherhood journey, and also holding her, being able to hold her energy with her is what she's saying. And I still feel like if what I'm feeling from her, because in my mind I'm like, okay, well, when is a better time? Like, you know, and then I think the nurse in me, it's like, okay, well, give us some practical, helpful information. I'm not saying it will take this long, but like what I'm feeling from her, and again, this is specific to this soul. We'll quickly duck into this other soul in a moment, but she keeps telling me 38. So it's like, you know, that's still like 3 years away, which like feels like forever, I know. But also, you know, we're not necessarily talking here about the firstborn child.
I was going to say, I also, for what I felt with, as you've been talking, it's just like, she feels like she's going to need a bit of extra time to come in with that energy. So, yeah. And can I ask clarifying questions? Is that okay?
Of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
When you're saying like she's got this, like, not heaviness, but she's kind of got this epicness to her, and she's worried about how, you know, a child's body is going to be able to contain that. Are we looking at, and this is purely out of curiosity, not out of judgment, be very, very clear. Like, are we looking at something that may require like special requirements or needs? Or is this like, how can I best support that?
What it feels to me is that it's going to affect her on a physical level. I'm not saying necessarily, I'm not feeling that she's going to be born with any kind of like abnormality or anything like that. Like, I don't get that sense at all. I actually feel like her body is going to be born in a very, very healthy way, because it needs to be able to carry this energy. But I feel like she is going to be one of these children, and I think this is perfect, like being a naturopath. I'm just getting like goosebumps over my arms. she's going to need a lot of physical support with her health. As in, I see her potentially as the child that, that's getting the tonsillitis all the time. That's picking up the coughs and colds and flus and not because her, obviously, supporting her immune system is important, but it's also it feels like energetically her body is going to be under a lot of energy pressure, not physical problems. As I said, I feel like her body is actually going to be born very, very healthy, but it's this, the toll that this huge energy, like a funnel, like this huge energy coming into a physical body, it's going to affect her. And I feel like it is going to be around her immune system, her nervous system, and it's like her physical body is going to need extra support.
I now know why she's coming to me later. Yes, because very, very similarly to her father.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah. And from the energy that I'm getting from what you're saying, as the room just seems to be illuminating. Yeah.
I know. I just noticed that. Yeah.
And the sun isn't moving. So, okay. Oh, I feel like, again, please correct me if I'm going in the wrong way. Almost like she's going to be a child that struggles to be the child. So she's going to want to be that little bit more grown up, which is kind of like she wants to bypass the childhood years. It's like, wake me up when September ends. Like, I don't want to have to deal with any of the immaturity. Like she's pretty much coming in set as a little adult. All she needs is a cigarette and a tequila and she's off.
Yeah. That's exactly the sort of energy. And I think there is going to be this wantingness to rush through childhood or to grow up too early. And I think for you, it's going to be a bit of a juggling act to parent her. And I feel like a first child is going to actually support you with this. Because there will be times where, you'll kind of need to allow her to like jump the gun a little bit and to maybe move a little bit faster. But I think there's also going to be times, and this will be your growth curve, I guess, where you'll feel intuitively that, no, that's not appropriate for a child, or it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't fit right. And so there'll be like a boundary side of things there as well. And she's even saying, as I share that, she's like, that's actually what I need from you. I know that even though I'm not really looking forward to my childhood, I know that it's my foundation for my life, is what she's saying. So she's needing support and boundaries, like for her physical health, like we talked about, but also behaviorally as well, with not wanting to, because she says, I'm going to want to jump ahead. And sometimes it'll help me to better be a child if I can jump ahead a little bit, but I need boundaries around that, because my soul self knows that you can't be born and suddenly be a 16-year-old. But when she gets to Earth, like her human self is not really going to understand that, or is going to forget that. So it's going to also be very important for us not to treat her as a mini adult, because she will very easily be able to imitate and mimic that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Any questions or anything else you want to ask about her? Because I'm just feeling like this little.
No, I don't know what it is about girls in particular. They terrify me. I love them so much. I have nieces. I've worked childcare, but they're their own kind of beast. I am my own kind of beast. And there's not that you want to tame them, but I think there's just a bit of a fear and a resistance within me around bringing a girl through, because I know the level of cultural programming that, even though I feel like I've broken within myself, I feel like we'll just come through and I'm terrified. So there is fear and resistance within that, but I keep going, any soul that comes to you is meant to come to you, and there are no mistakes. So if you get a tribe of girls, you're getting the tribe of girls because you need to learn that.
Yeah, exactly. And what she's sharing as you're speaking then is that you don't need to have it all figured out before she arrives. It's like she will be teaching you, you'll be teaching her literally like day by day, sometimes like hour by hour. So what she's saying to you around that is, she's kind of like, I would be a bit worried about bringing me through as well. She's kind of like acknowledging that, but she's saying that we just do it like piece by piece, because there's no way of knowing how it will go. And this goes for anything in life, right? Before we actually take that first step. And it'll be, she's just showing me, like, in my mind, like, just sending me these little pictures of, of the conception, and then the pregnancy, like week by week, month by month, and then the birth, those I'm feeling.
And that's a great lesson for me, because I want to see the whole picture before I subscribe. And this is going to be a good learning curve for the two of us.
Exactly. And that's a big part of what you're here to teach each other. You may think
that doesn't sound frustrating at all. That sounds like so much fun. Sign me up. I'll have fun.
Absolutely. It's it will be fun, but it's like piece by piece, step by step is the lesson that Okay, well, let's move now into this next little masculine soul, who, again, I can't remember his energy from previous readings, but he is, there's a strength in him as well. Like, also, not that I really don't like to compare children, but just looking at their energies, it's like they're both equally strong, but in different ways, as in powerful or empowered even. But his strength has different strengths, is what he's sharing, and what it actually feels with him. And I feel like this is why he wants to come first. And I still do feel that. And this is why it's really important when we connect with souls. We need to really dive into their journey and why they're here. Because it would be easy to think, like, even in just this session, this feminine soul came through. It would be easy to assume that she's coming first.
Yeah, but
it's
not.
Like,
let's start. Well, that's got second child energy, that one.
Yeah.
I know what firstborn energy feels like, and it's usually a bit softer. It's still wild in its own way, but there's a different level of grounded and softness. Let's bring that through first before the Tasmanian devil comes through.
Well, that's what I feel like, with this masculine feeling soul is a lot. It's not a sense of being reserved or quiet, but there's just this, like, I don't know, like less need to talk or less need to be in the spotlight.
Both of these children sound like their father. This is ridiculous. Where's the chill and chatty one?
I mean, I feel with this one, he is, I'll say a he, even though I'm not alluding to the biological sex here. But there's this feeling of, there's a quietness to him, but not, he's saying I'm quiet, but I'm not silent. So I actually feel like this child has a lot to say, but he's just someone that doesn't necessarily need an audience for those words. So not that he's going to be a loner or anything like that. I actually feel like this child is quite sociable, but there's just not that urgency or that, how do I say that?
It's not the need. It doesn't have that level of like requirement to have people hear every thought, every little bits and pieces from him. It's like, I know what I've got to say, and I'll say it to the people that it needs to be said to.
Yeah, exactly. But I also feel like he will be coming here to lean more into that, though, because I think there can be a tendency, especially in past lives, of being, and both as a male and a female, I'm getting from him, of being suppressed, of not expressing himself, of kind of being shut down a little bit. So I actually feel, I keep feeling the Leo energy, but I feel like it's something that he is coming to lean into. So I don't know huge amounts about astrology, but I know we've just come out of Leo season now, which is like an August type.
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking about the sun sign anyway, but I feel like it will be more of an ascendant sign for him. So it'd be interesting to do a little Google and find out what times of the year, especially in this next 12 months, I'm feeling where Leo is in the ascendant sign. I don't know how to work that out, but I'm sure that
I've got astrology math. That's it's planetary math. Perfect. And I leave that to them. Like, you just tell me what I need to know. Don't tell me the numbers in the houses. I'm not interested. Just tell me the information.
Yes. So I think if you can find out in these next 12 months when Leo is in the ascendant or the rising sign, that I think is going to give you some insights into, I'm just sitting with whether it's conception energy or birthing energy. I'm actually feeling like it's more related to conception energy.
Okay.
So, which is interesting, but I do find that babies and children are using astrology or putting more focus and emphasis on astrology for conception. Obviously, the birth has a lot to play in it as well, but it's interesting that they're kind of using this astrological map, if you like, to kind of guide their journey to Earth as well. So I feel actually with him that, that's his main message to you. It feels strongly like in these next 12 months, also being aware that timelines can shift and change, as we all know.
And they have, through our readings, they have shifted a lot.
Yes.
So for full transparency to anyone listening, but I know that through my work regardless, but it's just been really interesting to see like how they've been moving.
Yes. And they have what I call like these conception portals where, you know, it's like even babies, even when they're planning to Earth, they don't know for sure when they're going to land. You know, sometimes it works out how they're planning. Other times they need, you know, to take 2 or 3 or 4. But they can sense these windows where it's aligned for them on their journey. And then they're like, okay, let's get to that window and let's see what's going on. Let's see what egg is being ovulated, seeing what the energies are like in the world, in the relationship, in the planetary energy, all of these things. And they look at all of these things, some of them, not all, but I feel like this particular soul is focusing on that and is now looking at, just feel like at the moment he has his eye on these next 12 months. So maybe, do some like little, some research around that. Because I think that, that will definitely give clues to conception. Okay, is there any other questions that you want to ask before we wrap things up today?
Well, interestingly, I feel like you've probably already answered it with what you've just said, but one of my questions was, just because my body tends, this is why I call, again, anyone listening, I say to Lauren, gaslight baby, because I will get every sign and symptom possible that I am pregnant each month. And yes, sure, there's the usual ones that you get with when your period starts to come anyway, but this is like beyond. So my question was, before the period actually arrives, if it arrives this month, am I pregnant? Can you feel that at all? Or is it just baby just coming in and just like playing around with the energy?
Yeah, what I'm feeling is like the energy is so close right now that it's almost like the lines are blurred between the physical and the energetic. And because right now, how it feels to me is that you are not pregnant. It doesn't feel like that right now.
Yes.
What I do sense though is that they're very close, and it's this, I don't know, this is like a really strange analogy, but it's like they're at the table, but each month they're deciding, okay, is it time to eat? That's like a really weird analogy.
No.
It's kind of how
again, we're Greek.
It
I get it. It's fine. But it's quite literally like my body changes so much. I generally don't have cleavage, and well, it's here we go.
Yeah. And it's also preparing your body too, is what I'm feeling. It feels
massively.
Like it's preparing your body for pregnancy each month. Yeah. It's your body also recognizing the presence of this baby soul and preparing to receive that as well. So it's not like it's a false alarm or things like that. It's more seeing it as more like a preparation for the receiving of this soul and then the growing of this little human. Is how it feels.
Yeah, awesome. Yes. Thank you. Appreciate that.
How are you feeling after that? Did it kind of
Good. I think I just wanted to clarify that question with the little girl, just making sure like if there are like physical things that you're feeling that I need to be like fully prepared for, because at the moment like we're in a 2-story house and it's like that sort of thing. I was like, how do I need to plan my future to deal with this? But no, I can handle being physically frustrated and being a child and, you know, being a naturopath and more than anything, I felt my flower essence is like really coming through. It's like we're going to really be helping to unlock some of the emotional barriers that are there to help her get through. But the other thing I wanted to ask, and I'm so sorry if you can tell me to go away, that's totally fine. I just wanted to ask if there was anything else I could be doing to assist this process.
It's not physically, it's mentally, is what I'm feeling. Because they're bringing me back to like what I was saying right at the beginning around like this narrow path that's been the last 6 years. And what they're saying is that has now, and from 12 months ago with the miscarriage, like the path is starting to broaden, but it's still widening is the image that is coming through before it's wide enough to hold the energies is what I'm feeling. So it feels like it's not about doing more for your physical health or anything like that. I'm not getting that sense for you. It's more about just being really mindful of your thoughts and your patience level. I feel like they both said that in unison, actually. It's like patience levels. So yeah, being just aware of that. And it feels like just, one step at a time, like 1 month at a time. But I feel like it's really up to them now. I feel like you are doing everything that you can do from your side of the fence.
Yeah.
And what they're saying, like the patient side of things, the mindset side of things, that's for you, not for them. To make this part of your journey, which as I was feeling it could be sometime in this next 12 months, depending on the astrology. It's going to help you deal with what could possibly be like another few months of trying each month and getting your period each month and those things. So that's all I'm sensing.
And look, I feel like I'm pretty good with I'm pretty good at receiving, like when the period comes, I'm like, okay, it wasn't this month. I totally get that. And I was in limbo with it for such a long time where I was like, oh, I don't want to commit to anything. Like I don't want to commit to going overseas in case I fall pregnant, or I don't want to do this. And like we're booked to go to Indonesia in November because I'm like, well, you know what? If I'm pregnant, you guys are coming with me.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of throwing my hands up, just being like, I'm sick of waiting. I'm committed to, growing my business now. I've really like locked in with that. And so, I'm kind of not letting myself stop my life for it anymore.
Yes. And that's important because they don't want you to do that either. Yeah. And your soul doesn't want that either. It's like, hey, I've got things to do in this life. I've got, I can't just like sit around and wait, because I feel like that's also not your energy and not what you came here to do either. Part of your role is to definitely get in and live your life. And it's like then drawing these souls in to journey with you alongside that. Okay. I could keep talking for hours around this, but I want to thank these two souls for coming through today and for being a part of this and for sharing their wisdom and their messages and their insights, not only to Ellene, but also being willing to be open to their wisdom being shared on a public platform. So thank you to these souls for allowing us to see you and hear you and feel you today. And I really acknowledge both of your journeys and trust in the paths that you are both traveling at this time. And of course, thank you so much, Ellene, for being open to receiving this information and asking these questions and for allowing it to be shared too, so that other women can also hear the voice of, not only your soul and your journey on this earth through conception, but also to be able to hear the voice of these baby souls as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're so welcome. So if you're listening to this and this stirred something in you, or if you're curious about your own baby souls and what they might want to share with you, then please, check out the show notes and follow the links below for your own baby soul reading or healing or anything that you feel called to support you on your journey at this time. If you've been listening today and you're wondering if you could learn how to hear your own baby soul, then the answer is yes. My 5-week program is called Connect with Confidence, and it's open now. And it's for women who want to deepen their connection with their baby soul whether your baby is in spirit or already here on the earth. It's about understanding where to find your baby's soul, where to look for them, how to feel them, how to hear them, how to sense them, and also how to trust what you're experiencing as well, letting go of the doubt that's been getting in the way. So if that stirs something in you and you're feeling a little nudge, then please come and join us. Doors close on the 26th of September and we start on the 30th of September. You'll find the link in the show notes and I would love to welcome you in. Thank you for tuning in to Babies from Beyond. If you've enjoyed this episode, I'd love for you to leave me a review just wherever you listen to your podcasts. Also, head over to Instagram and give me a follow at Born Energy, and check out the show notes for more ways that you can connect with your baby's soul, including one-on-one readings and online programs to support you. Until next time, trust your journey and your baby. Take care.